Right, thought I'd do a vlog as it's the 1st of the month, well, the 1st of August, and it's a Monday afternoon in the UK, and the weather is actually really nice. It's kind of like, as you see the sky, kind of a bit of blue sky, but a little bit of clouds, but not grey clouds, so it's kind of warm, but not too warm. Not like it was a couple of weeks ago when we had the heat wave where you were basically just sweating your ass off, but it's still a little bit hot and still sweating and stuff, so you still need maybe a drink or something, but it's not to the point where how can I put it, it was virtually unbearable. And obviously being diabetic and being the heat, the two things kind of don't mix. But even with that, even with how things are like now, it's still not great, but obviously it's way better than how it was. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. I had to get an emergency appointment at the opticians because I was having problems with my eyes, and especially during that week when the weather was really hot. And I've been having problems with my vision, where it's been really kind of blurry, even when I'm wearing my glasses. And I used to be short-sighted, and then so I only had short-sighted glasses, and then now obviously I am actually long-sighted as well now, so I'm both. So I've got two different sets of glasses. You know, originally they were gonna put them in the same lens, but you know, so basically some of it's to do with the heat. Obviously made my eyes a bit sore. I've got some stuff on my eyes, and then I think the diabetes is kind of starting to take its toll, so it looks like I'm probably gonna have to change my glasses again. But what I probably might do is, if I have to change it where there's a significant difference, I think what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna change the lenses rather than the frames, because these things can get rather expensive, and especially with the price of cost of living and stuff. So you know, buying a set of glasses are expensive, even though my ones aren't, like, the frames aren't designer. You know, obviously you can get a Caterpillar or a Nike or the French Connection. Mine, I used to like get glasses like that, but you know, when you sit there and you put in the frames, obviously you want to get a tint and all this stuff in it, it can start to rack up and it can be very expensive, and money's on short supply. I mean, also because I had the diabetic screening a few months ago, what is this little point in me going back for me to sit there to go and get another photograph done, so I'm gonna have to wait. Sometimes with some people, what they can do is, if it gets really bad, you can you can get one instead of getting it once a year, you get it every 6 months. Your eyes are deteriorating, and from my last one, my right eye is deteriorating because of the diabetes. But it's life. I mean, like, what can you do? Anyway, this is what I've been up to. I've been playing Sniper Elite 5 on the Xbox Series X. Now obviously that's on Game Pass, and you know, it's like, for me it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. I mean, I've pretty much played all the games in the series, and there are some improvements. The only thing that I don't like is that the controls are a bit funny, and the AI. I mean, I did put up a video of the AI being a bit wonky, where it's merging into the film, and then I have read other stories about there have been complaints where people feel like the game's been rushed and there's like loads of game bugs in there, and the things, believe me, there are. And what I have noticed is that, say for example, you do a game save on the actual game, so you don't want to redo bits of the game again. The AI pattern of the characters, they actually change, so you have to sit there and watch out for that. So it can be kind of very, very frustrating. Also, a new element that they have added in the game, they've added the element where if you kill an enemy, you can either put the enemy in tall grass, so then you get a hidden XP, which obviously will help you upgrade, or you can put them inside of a cupboard. Now, not cupboard, inside of a, I don't know, it's like a fridge more than anything, but it's not. And that can only hold 2 people in there. Or if you put one enemy in there and then you put yourself in there. And so in essence, that that little bit they've added to the game is great. And obviously being able to hide in tall grass is great. So you can use the whistle to lure the enemies, do a stealth kill, whatever. You can either do a stealth kill or you can knock them out unconscious, and you can just hide the body in the long grass, which I think is that part of the game is absolutely really good. Now, my gripe with the game is that when you sit there and you go to lots of buildings, the storage things where you can put the bodies are very, very scarce, so you don't see a lot of them. And being able to hold 2 enemies in there, I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, that's fine, because if you could put indefinite, I mean, it would be a bit stupid. Because I'm trying to think, in the Hitman games, you can do something very similar. Now, what I don't like is that in the game, there's loads of cupboards and loads of things where you could easily hide bodies in there, but it doesn't allow you to actually do it. So you'd be in a room, and then there's a cupboard, and then you can't open the cupboard or put a body in there, which would have been great if it allowed you to kind of do that. Because you would expect being able to open a wardrobe. So that's a little bit disappointing with the game at times, and maybe I might do a full review once I complete it. They've also changed something where you've got the main objectives and you've got optional objectives which are in yellow. The main objectives are in yellow, and the optional are in blue. And what I find a bit stupid about this one is that sometimes that you could walk into wherever it is that you're going, and then depending on where you walk, then the optional objectives turn up. So basically, to me, it comes across to me that you could very easily miss it if you, or maybe I'm interpreting that wrong, where you could very easily miss an optional objective. Whereas in the previous games, you had the main game, but you had the optional objectives, but they just showed up anyway. So to me, I'm a bit worried that if somebody doesn't know this, you could actually miss the optional objectives, or whether or not you probably don't even care. Because I mean, I tend to do the optional objectives because then you'll get more XP, which allows you to do upgrades, and obviously your character goes up in rank each time you do something. So if you put 5 bodies consecutively into a hidden away, then you get an XP. So you get this little bit of objectives. But I've got little minor gripes, but it's mostly to do with bugs of the game, if I'm being honest. But at the end of the day, I mean, I can't really complain, because obviously if you buy the game, it's probably, God knows how much video game it is, probably between £40 and £50 now. And then obviously on Game Pass, you've been allowed to sit there and play the game for free. And obviously if you want to get any optional stuff, you're going to have to pay for that out of your own pocket. So, although I have my main issues with the game, at least I'm not kind of paying for it. So, you know, in a way I can't really complain. So yeah, I've been playing that. I've also been playing Assassin's Creed Origins, even though I've already played it before on the PS4, which I already own it on there. And then with Game Pass, you get this, you get the deluxe edition, so you get those weapons. But obviously, when you get those deluxe weapons and stuff, obviously you're probably not going to get it until later on into the game. And it's taken me a while to get used to the Xbox version of it, simply because the controls are a little bit different to the PlayStation, so it's a little bit different. And obviously I haven't played it in a while. But I don't know if I'm going to play all of it, but I'm only playing a little bit of it for a while, just so I can get the objectives, so I can boost up my Microsoft points. So that's kind of the real reason why I'm doing it. And plus, you know, and obviously it's on Game Pass, so it's free. So in a way, I can't actually complain. So I've been playing that. I've been playing Street Fighter 2. You start to realise how unbalanced that game is. But I've been playing it via the Capcom Stadium. It took me a while to work out how to map the controls, which was doing my actual head in and trying to remap everything, but I worked it out. Obviously I had to do a lot of continues because some of the bosses can be really cheap, so you know what I mean, I'm a bit rusty. And plus I did play it in the arcade when it first came out, but I also played it on the Super Nintendo and Street Fighter Turbo, so I'm actually more used to playing it on that system, so it's taking, and then obviously getting back into the River, and obviously the Microsoft controls are a little bit different, so you know, it's just getting used to sitting and playing that. But I've done a playthrough of it with Ken, obviously Ryu, even though they're at that point of the game they're virtually identical, and also done with Guile, which is kind of strange for me because I haven't played with Guile, used Guile in any of the Street Fighter for ages, so I'm a bit rusty. But some of it started to come back, and then the bosses, Vega, right, was a pain in the ass. Bison was just cheap, but Vega is just so quick that it's kind of really hard to kind of take out. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I might do it with Chun-Li, but because I do have the Street Fighter 5th anniversary, but it's only on, I've got it on Switch because I just wanted to play it on TV and also have it portably. But the only problem from that is obviously because I can't stream it unless I rebuy the game again, which maybe if it drops down in price I might actually do that. Obviously Metal Gear Solid, I'm going to get back to that because obviously I've been playing the Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. What I'm looking for is I'm trying to get Metal Gear Ground Zeroes. So I'm trying to get that because by playing that you unlock stuff in the Metal Gear 5, so I'm trying to find that cheap. Although the cheapest I've seen it for is $2.99, and that's the digital version of it on the Microsoft store, which is they've got a sale on, so maybe that's how I'll probably have to buy it. And they've also got Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I got it on the PS3, but obviously can't stream it, and I don't know if I do play it, if I'll get copyright strike, because obviously because Star Wars similar. But I do want to sit there, and I'm tempted to get that. And if you buy that physically now, it's actually it was about £2 or £3. Now it's like £6 I've seen it for, so that's kind of dear. So that's what I might do. And at the moment I'm just looking through what games I kind of want to play. I've been buying a couple of Blu-rays. I found a couple in the sale. Some I haven't uploaded yet, and some I still need to unbox and film. So that's DC's Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 on Blu-ray. So I gotta get that. Bear in mind that second-hand, it's got no digital copy in it, which I don't care about because it would have been expired anyway. And then my recent purchase that I bought Superman Red Sun. Got it brand new for $2.99. Still in its cellophane. I haven't filmed that yet, so still got to do that. And there's a couple of games that I got which I need to upload as well. And then thank you for the views on my rant videos regarding trespassers in the place, and also the digital cordless telephone. For those of you who maybe haven't read the description box, when I did that unboxed that video, filmed that video a couple of weeks ago, well, a few weeks ago, we thought the old telephone was working, even though it was having problems, but not as bad as what we thought. So we got a new DOS 2 handsets, DOS 2 Panasonic handsets, and then I was trying to try a demonstration of obviously how to set the things up and how they work, which is fairly easy. And then what happened was that as I managed to put in, it said that it couldn't find a telephone line. And then basically, cut a long story short, for about 2 weeks we never had a landline, and we ended up finding out that what happened. And we were trying to get Talk to come out and fix it, and they weren't, or just messing around, and a lot of problems. And in the end we found out that what it was, that when some engineer was doing some work out on somebody else's line, they accidentally disconnected our telephone line, so that's why it wasn't working. And so prior to that, the engineer was trying to find where the problem was, because we've got two lines. But obviously, you know, as I've just explained, we've found out why. We eventually found out why the telephone line wasn't working. So that's a relief, and I think we've got like a discount on the bill, so which I think quite rightfully so, because obviously we didn't receive any service. I did watch Doctor Strange. What was it? The Doctor Strange sequels. Watched it on Disney Plus. I actually really liked it. I mean, not gonna say it's my like superhero film of the year, but I actually enjoyed it. It had the right amount of pace to it. The film wasn't too short and it wasn't too long. So you know, like sometimes you can watch a film where it's too long and basically right. You know, if the pacing isn't right, the film literally feels like it is 3 hours. But when you're engaged in the actual story line and the pace is going at a breakneck pace, and the action's going along, then it doesn't feel like it's outstayed its welcome. So yeah, I actually enjoyed that. So that was really great. I've watched the Orville, well, most of the Orville. I've got 2 episodes left. I've got the last one that I think it's called Domino. I haven't watched that one yet. I'm going to watch that tonight, but I already know what happens because somebody spoiled it. But I don't really mind. But I'm really enjoying season 3 of the Orville because it really genuinely feels like it's a movie and like they've stepped up the game with the special effects and the story. And a lot of people are comparing it to Star Trek, but now I finally feel like it's doing its own thing now. So that's kind of good. So I've been enjoying that. I've been watching Westworld season 4. Watched the last one last night because obviously in the UK they show it at the same time as America, but in the UK it's at 2 AM. You want to watch it at the same time, but obviously on Mondays they show it at 9. Been really enjoying Westworld, the storyline of it. I mean, to sit there to do something like that every few years when there is seasons and keep it fresh and keeping it intrigued and the surprises and the twists and the turns. I don't know how they do it, you know, like to be able to be a writer and do something like that. So I've been really enjoying that. So yeah, those are the shows I've been watching. Obviously, and then The Flash is finished now. So yeah, so with all these shows wrapping up now, it's gonna give me time to catch up on the shows that I haven't watched or I haven't watched, like Titan season 3. And I need to watch. I need to finish off watching the rest of Lost in Space season 3. And I've got a lot of other stuff to watch, and there's loads of other shows, especially when you've got Disney Plus and Netflix. So yeah, but just trying to get around to watching all of them, and especially when I have been a bit tired. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, and wherever you are in the world. Oh, that's it. I was going to mention in the UK the football starts back over in the weekend, which America, I know they call it soccer. So I'm hoping with my team, Tottenham Hotspur, I hope that we have like a better season this year. You know, just snatching 4th, and the amount of players we've bought. And I know that a lot of the people expect instant success, but to me, I would urge any Tottenham supporters out there to be patient, because when you've got that amount of players that you've bought, and then you're going to rotate because now we're in the Champions League. Now you're going to sit and be patient for everything to work. So yeah, anyway, take care, bye for now, and stay safe.